Hello, this is Igoro, host of the Igoro Show, and you are listening to the Steve and Crypto Show. So keep your ears open and your mouth shut.
Hey, welcome to your third favorite podcast, the Steve and Crypto Show, presented by the SteveStarOut.com. I'm Steve.
I'm Crypto Zoo. Welcome to episode 165. Wow, it's crazy to say we've been going that long, and we plan to keep on going. And we hope you guys are listening. As always, we hope you enjoy what you've been hearing. And of course, we got to pay the bills here before we get into the fun stuff. So, like always, if you want more content, you want some exclusive content, head over to Patreon. That's our favorite place. Patreon.com/Steve Crypto. There's some new content waiting for you right now. You want to see the first introduction to Ala Zulu's set from last Thursday. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Last week.
Happened sometime this month.
Yeah. You want to see last week's performance of Ala Zulu from the Evil Across America tour. I was right up front, and it was my first time watching them. It was really fun, and I'm going to keep adding more and more clips from that show, from them, Super Famous Fun Time guys, and SON. So go to Patreon, check all that out, and there's a hell of a lot more other content waiting for you there as well. Patreon.com/Steve Crypto. Also, join us, join the crew. Another thing you can join is our social medias and our Facebook group. Join the Facebook group and become a member of that. And just, if you got something you're working on, throw it in there, throw a little clip or a little sample of what you're doing. Our socials, follow us at the Steve Strout, CryptoZoo88. We're always posting things in there related to the show, extra stuff along the way. Also, go to Buy Me a Coffee. We haven't mentioned that one in a while. Go to buymeacoffee.com/Steve Crypto. You can contribute over there, and it just helps out with the show. It helps to get into conventions. Speaking of conventions, we're going to get into that in a little bit, but it helps out with everything involving the show. And
there's some pretty bitchin' merch, too.
Yeah. A quick shout out for the merch that we have. If you want to support your third favorite podcast, you can go over to Etsy/shop/Steve and Crypto merch. I'm going to give you that every time. And you can go get 2 different t-shirt designs. There's a coffee mug. There's a magnet for your fridge. We have tote bags. There's a bunch of different things. Go check it out. Get it all. Get some for your friends. I mean, everybody's got a birthday. I'm sure you know somebody that has a birthday coming up. They love a Steve and Crypto coffee mug, right?
Exactly.
It's going to make their coffee taste better.
Just support us and look fucking cool doing it. You know what's funny? I've been saying that. I've been saying that for years now, and I heard somebody else fucking use that. I mean, it's a generic line, but I've been saying it, and then I heard somebody saying it recently.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, you're not even a patron, you bastard. No.
If they were a patron, it'd be fine.
Anywho. Yeah, I think those are all the ways you could support this show, help us grow, and help us do all the important things to make us the best podcast we can be. Right now, I say the biggest way to support us, besides all those wonderful options that Crypto Zoo just read off to you. You know, he didn't even read them off. He just has those on the top of his head because he has such passion and drive for this podcast.
Yeah.
And for you listeners, that he memorizes that stuff, especially that fucking Etsy thing. I never memorize that. I'm just like, go to Etsy and find that shit. Go find it.
Something.
Be a grown up and go find it yourself. But saying, April 20th, midnight is the deadline for voting in the Rondo Hatton Classic Horror Awards, which is a huge honor to the horror industry. It covers films, writers, artists, magazines, horror hosts, and there is a best podcast category, which the Steve and Crypto Show is a nominee again for 3rd or 4th year. I don't know.
want to say 4th, actually. I think it is the 4th year.
But it gets more exciting every year. That just means people are still listening and care. But we would love your vote. To vote, go to rondoaward.com. Not awards, it's award. rondoaward.com. And the ballot is there. And there is an email address there to vote. You just basically get that email address, send them an email, say, hi, my name is so and I'm voting for the Steve and Crypto Show for Best Podcast. Do that. There's a ton of other great categories that you should definitely check out.
Yep. And no pressure.
You don't have to vote.
Exactly. No pressure. You don't have to vote for everybody.
But you have to vote for us.
If you're listening to this show, I sure hope you would. But yeah, vote for whoever you like. And I mean, if there's really only like 2 categories you want to vote for, then that's fine. You just check out the list. We know you're going to find stuff that might interest you along the way just while you're reading the list.
Yep.
I mean, if you're open-minded, you might see something and think, oh, let me go find that and check it out, and then maybe vote for it afterwards.
Yep.
So,
even if you don't vote in every category, find something new, find a new creator to support, find a new movie that you might have missed, find a good book, a magazine you never heard of, something. Find some new stuff. There's a lot of crazy, talented people, especially on this ballot. There's everything from bums like us to like absolute legends like Joe Bob Briggs and Swinguli and Elvira, people like that on this list. Like, this is a big deal to us.
Yeah,
it's a big deal to horror lovers, and we are honored to be nominated. And we would love if you voted for us. If you find somebody better, fine. But you're not gonna, first of all. But no, I'm just kidding. I was being a dick. But please, if you enjoy this show, give us a vote.
Yeah, it really doesn't take very long. It doesn't take long to vote.
Let's make some noise this year.
And we like we say every year, we're happy just to be a part of it. Just to be nominated is awesome. And just to be considered and thought of, amongst all this other,
amazing,
great talented
people.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
it's special. Like I said, this was one of my goals when we started this dang show, is I wanted to get a Rondo nomination. So we've done it again and again.
Right.
So
that's right. And
no, I want more. I want the world now.
And I don't want to get too far into this because we have other conventions to talk about, but another goal that we had when we started the show was to hopefully one day be a part of Seattle Crypticon. And now we are.
Oh, we've always been a part of it, but to be invited to it.
Yeah.
Which is the thing.
To like be officially. Yeah, we've been there, several years now and been like promoting us and whatnot, like walking around and handing out things. But this time we are actually there with a table and had been invited, like you said. So it's very cool. Flattering and we appreciate it.
Actually, that's one of the main topics on this episode is Crypticon. We're going to talk a little bit about Crypticon and just the nerdy convention scene in general with our friend Krystin Bogan, who is one of our friends that we made at Crypticon. She's a great cosplayer. She's done some really cool stuff. We talked with her for a while. She's from Alaska, and she kind of told us about the scene up there. And then we talked a bunch about what we love about Crypticon and what we're looking forward to, and this, that, and the other thing. We're going to get to that conversation there in a few. But first, this weekend, hopefully you'll listen to this episode before this weekend, from the 10th through the 13th.
Yeah.
The Squatchcon. It's a pop culture convention in Port Angeles, Washington. And it's called Squatchcon. It's not straight about Sasquatch, but there is some vibes there and vendors and stuff that do have Sasquatch stuff, and their mascot's a Sasquatch, which is pretty cool. But it's just a nerd convention. There's gaming, there's artists, there's creators. It's leans more towards independent individuals making stuff. Like us, we get invited. I mean, it's hard. We can't do the whole weekend because there's lots of other stuff going on. But Saturday, the Steven Crypto Show will be represented officially at Squatchcon in Port Angeles, Washington. I almost said Washington.
That would have been okay.
Yeah, it would have been fine. We're in Washington and Washington. We're in both places at once. Crypto is going to be at Port Angeles, Washington. I'll be at Port Angeles, Washington.
Make sure you wash your hands before you come up to the booth and say hello. Yeah. If you're going to shake hands.
But the Port Angeles, Washington event will have merch. I'll have some of the movies that we've been in together, stuff that I've been in, some other project I've worked on.
Ask Steve about stoner snakes when you see him.
We'll talk about stoner snakes if you like.
Yep.
And it was I've done a little bit like voice things in films but Matthew Mark Hunter, MMH Productions, made a film called Stoner Snakes, a short film, and people liked it so much he made a part 2. And my role grew even bigger in that one. So I'll have a little piece of Stoner Snakes memorabilia. Notice I did a snakes memorabilia on the merch table. So come and get one, and it's a cool little promo image that MMH Productions made of me for this purpose. So come and support the show and kick us a buck or two and get one of these sweet ass photos of my ugly face. And yeah, but there's a lot of other cool stuff at Squatchcon, not just us. I mean, we're the coolest, but
there's a ton of
as cool.
Yeah, there's a ton of local vendors. I mean, in the past they've had writers and there's business owners from Port Angeles and around the area, and comic artists, all kinds of different things. So there's definitely a little something for everybody there. Most conventions are somewhat family oriented, but I'd like to say this one feels a little bit more directed towards families and kids. And
this one, and I'd say this one and Grit City are probably the most family oriented conventions.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cosplayers that do this show.
Yep.
So if you're a cosplayer, dress up and come up there, especially if you're in horror stuff.
Yeah.
If you're wearing a horror cosplay and you come to the show, come by. We want to take a picture of you at our table because we love the horror shit.
Yep. Come do some horror trivia too. Steve might have something for you.
I might. If I don't have my trivia cards, I'll make something up.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a good show. I know one cool thing that I'm intrigued about is they're doing a Squatchcon Q&A live stream with Ryan Grulich, I believe his name is pronounced. He made this film called The Lady of the Lake, and it's based on like a local legend out here. Like there's a lake out here in one of the parks on the peninsula here where apparently somebody was murdered and the ghost of the victim haunts, and it's supposed to be really fucking airy up there and spooky. I want to get up there someday and see.
You never been to that area? You never been to
Crescent,
Lake Crescent? Yeah.
I think it's Lake Crescent, right?
Yeah.
I've never been up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is the lake where he was probably like almost 2 at the time. He basically just like ran out into the water and then like did a face plant because he didn't see this little dip, and he just like put his foot down into nothing, and then just his face hit the water, and he was floating there like the kid on the Nirvana album cover. And I mean, it scared the shit out of me. I've had scary moments in life, but that was probably the scariest, and just pulled him out by his shirt.
Maybe the Lady of the Lake was like summoning him. They say
that's what I'm saying.
Little kids could like see and communicate with things. I was little. I almost drowned like that. Yeah. So I don't really fuck with the water much. Like we were swimming at a spot and like there was just a drop off, and I just went right down under. So yeah, so I don't fucking swim. I don't fuck with the water. I love the beach and I love being there, but I don't. Nope.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
If you're somebody
That
I'm gonna
and
have to save, you got the wrong motherfucker because you're on your own, bro.
yeah,
If I
likewise.
if I have to go out past my dang waist to save you, then you're fucking shark food, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
see, my mind just travels too much when I'm in that setting, and like I could be in a lake and something brush my leg, I'd be like, "Shark! It's a great white!" So I'm, I mean, I probably scream like a girl. Um, I'm not afraid to
it's a
say it.
but that screening, they're doing a live screening Saturday night, I guess, at this new theater that they built in Los Angeles. And Creepy Kingdom, which is a cool site that has a lot of news and they have podcasts and different things. Um, I guess they're the host of it or something. They're involved in it somehow, and they also have a link. Like if you can't come all the way to Port Angeles, if you're from out of the area, they have a link you could go to and watch the live stream Q&A with the director. So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to share that to the Stephen Crypto group on Facebook. I'm literally doing that as we speak. So if you guys want to get in on that, if you're not in the area, please check it out. Could be pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know enough about this, but I want to, and I'm gonna make sure to find out about it there. And there's a lot of like I've been looking through their posts and stuff, and there's a lot of really talented young artists,
Yeah.
and like our friend Camry is gonna be there again,
Yep.
pushing her stuff, and I saw a couple authors and other creators and just artists, and it's I seen a couple spooky looking vendors there, and there's a couple new candle makers, which is always cool seeing cool candles and themed scents and stuff.
Yeah, it's something that my wife and I look forward. You know, she likes her candles, so I usually like if it's just me at the event, I'll go around and try to find the candle booth because there's almost always one.
Cause you cause you're really gassy and you need to light the good smelling
That's
candle to
that's
get
where you
the.
stand if you need to let one go. Is you go over to the
You
candle
just go
booth.
by the candle table and yeah. There's some other cool stuff. There's you got a little bit of detail on the people that worked for Disney. There were some people that worked in the Disney animation department.
Yeah. So and I didn't even know about this until you brought it up. I've just been out of the loop and didn't notice that they posted about it. So and this is a pretty big deal for the area, you know, to have this kind of thing going on at a local smaller convention. Um so Disney master animators and Squatchcon special guests Mike and Patty Peraza are the artists behind some of your favorite 90s cartoons. Yes, I'm reading the Squatchcon's post.
Just
Um,
reading it word for word.
yeah,
Make it sound like your own. Just he said nope.
you well, I mean, it's great information. Why not pass it on? Um, so you can meet the creative minds and hands behind characters like Darkwing Duck and films like The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and more. This panel is going to take place on Saturday from 12:30 to 1:30. That's again Saturday, April 12th. So if you're coming for this, that's when you need to be there. They're going to be part of SquatchCon's main stage panel series. Mike and Patty will also be set up in the vendor market, offering signatures and telling stories, and probably taking photos. So get there early if you want to get a good seat, and you can check out the full schedule of everything they got going on at squatchconpa.com. You can get tickets there right now.
Right this very second. And I think tickets are only like $20 for like the whole freaking weekend. That's a pretty
Yeah,
good deal.
yeah, it's a great deal.
Pretty good.
And as you can tell, I mean, there's different things going on different days. So if you can be there for the full weekend, it might pay off, if you want the full experience.
So I mean we've been there the last couple of years. What do you think personally of the the event as a whole? Like, what did you enjoy about it that made you want to go back?
I mean, the local aspect is pretty cool when it comes to that event. Like they get a good mix of people with different types of things. I really liked some of the art they had there, and like you said, it's not all Bigfoot stuff. I mean, if you're looking for that, you'll find it. There is like one booth, maybe two that have like nothing but Bigfoot stuff. But there's a good variety. So yeah, I mean, I like the just the fact that they have so many local people involved, and that that's a big focus for it. And even some people that I've told lately, just trying to hype up the event, when I mentioned that, just the local artists, I've gotten reactions from that, and just that part alone, people are like, "Oh, that's cool." Um, just that there's kind of an emphasis on locals. Like, I mean, sure, you'll see local artists at Seattle Comic Con, but um, here it's a little bit more intimate. That's another special thing about the event is that um, there's plenty of traffic in there, but you'll probably feel like you'll have room to breathe, and there's time to talk to people. You don't feel rushed at this event. I mean, you'll likely get to have a few minutes with anybody that you choose to approach.
Especially me.
Yeah.
I give you all the minutes you want. I think that sounds weird.
He charges $5 a minute.
I'll give you a deal. You come up and say, I listened to this episode. I'll give you free. First 3 minutes are free, 99 cents each additional minute. I'm like I'm like one of those like old 1-900 numbers.
Yeah.
Like 99 cents each additional minute. And no, I won't talk naughty or dirty. That costs extra.
Call 555. Fuck you.
Yeah. You know what's messed up? When we were younger, we went to a friend's house and his parents were dickheads, and we would just call those 1-900 numbers and talk shit to the phone sex line, and then just like leave the phone off the hook, and then we'd come back in like 15 minutes, and it'd still be on there. So like this kid's parents must have got an astronomical phone bill.
Oh my god.
They were jerks. They were kind of mean and borderline abusive to this fucking kid.
Oh.
So fuck them.
Yeah.
You paid $2,000 for fucking phone sex you didn't even get to enjoy.
I hope you listen to this episode specifically just to hear Steve tell you that.
If you come up and tell me that story at Squatchcon, I'll give you one of the free stoner snakes. Well, they're not free, but I will give you one for free. One of the stoner snake photos. And I'll personalize a lovely message to you telling you other great ways to prank call people. And yeah.
Write down a phone number, somebody you don't like. Like, here,
Yeah,
call this number.
This guy. Yeah, for a good time.
Yeah.
For a good time. Call. For a good time. That's how I'm gonna sign stuff. That's so weird.
You better not put my number on there.
Shows. Oh, I'm gonna. It's weird that people ask us to sign stuff at shows. I mean, it's cool and flattering, but it's kind of weird. But I'm gonna start inscribing it like for a good time. Call, and then like cross that off and write listen to the Steven Crypto. Like,
yeah, there you go. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. So Squatchcon this coming weekend, or
that's
the weekend of the 10th through the 14th.
We are recording this on the 9th. Squatchcon starts 13th. Tomorrow. Yeah, Squatchcon starts tomorrow, Thursday. So, if you're listening, it's probably already going. But get your ass over there and check it out.
It's 4 days. Saturday is the best day to go because Steven Crypto Show is there.
That's right. I'll be there as a hologram. Don't try to touch me.
The hologram may or may not make it. We'll see. Like you can't see the little.
It's very hard to see.
The little asterisk next to his words. Like you can't see them because this is audio, but there was one, and then there's gonna be like fine print that says, "We're too poor for a hologram." So
the hologram cuts
stuff.
in and out. It's like every time you blink is when it's there.
I'll just there's your hologram. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So come in, buy stuff and support the Patreon and all that stuff, so we could save up and get a hologram.
Yeah,
that's our goal. Fuck everything else. We're gonna make a Crypto Zoo hologram, and then we're just gonna make AI versions of both of us to just do the show for us, and we'll just.
Somebody's probably already doing that for a podcast.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just making an AI podcast. Oh man, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah, that's stupid. But I'm sure there's probably people that'd be like, I would rather listen to an AI than you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that first Wu-Tang video off their new album? It's like AI fucking.
No, I need to check it out.
See the video? I think you sent it to me.
No.
Was it off this album?
Wu-Tang?
New album? Yeah.
I don't think I've heard a new Wu-Tang song.
Or did I send you? Maybe it's not new. But I seen one and I swear the video is AI. And the song was good, but it kind of annoyed me a little bit that it was an AI video. I could be wrong. Could just be some weird thing, but I don't know.
They're doing what is supposedly their last tour. I mean, that could change, but it's supposed to be their final saga or whatever. Yeah. And they have Run the Jewels opening. I've seen Wu-Tang. I've watched them do 36 Chambers in its entirety. Sarah and I went to see them at WAMU Theater, and they didn't have an opener for that show, but Run the Jewels is opening this tour, and I've never seen them, so I would love to check that out.
Yeah, we'll see.
And I've been an LP fan for a long time.
I think their album is coming out, or it just came out, because I'm pretty sure it's getting a record store day release, which is also this weekend.
Yeah,
I'm excited about.
Okay.
So I got to make sure to get a copy of that, and there's also a B-52s record that they're putting out. I don't know if it's a re-release of something, but I need that too. So I got in with one of my favorite record stores here in the area. Yeah. Shout out to Rockin' Rubies if you're in this area in Paulsbo, to be specific. There's an awesome record store called Rockin' Rubies, and she just opened a second shop.
Oh, cool.
On Bainbridge.
Nice. I'll have to go find that.
It's cool because they have this little courtyard where just have a little stage set up, and she's got to do like live outdoor music, and she's cool, so it'll probably be fucking cool music.
Cool.
It's gonna be pretty cool, good. And the second shop has a coffee stand too, so coffee, music, records. Like I'm moving in.
That's cool. Before we get too far away from the Wu-Tang thing, real quick, Sarah and I watched The Masked Singer, and spoilers, they just revealed the last person to be voted off was Method Man. Yes. And he has one of those voices. I mean, he's on my top list, like top favorites list forever. So yeah, I mean, it just, you hear him right away. There's not a doubt in your mind. Like, no, that's him. And even two of the judges were like, yeah, that's Method Man. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You watched The Masked Singer?
Yeah, we watch it every now and then. Yeah. I mean, I watch just to find out who's on it. Well, see, you don't watch, so you didn't know Chris Jericho was on it.
I know he was on it.
Oh, okay.
Because I follow him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, fucking Masked Singer.
He was a pink dragon. Jericho was.
Oh, he was, wasn't he?
Jericho was like a pink dragon with a wedding dress on.
I vaguely remember. Yeah.
With like a big old white wedding dress on. Method Man was a stud muffin.
Huh.
That's what they had him dressed as, like a buff blueberry muffin.
Anyways, these people ain't here to listen fucking us talking about Masked Singer. They want to talk about like spooky shit and conventions and
I know. What are we doing here? This is a horror podcast.
So again, come to Squatchcon. Come see us. A couple more things we'll announce after this conversation that we're going to be at in the coming months. And so, yeah, meet our friend Krystin. She tell us about her convention scene in her area. We talk about Crypticon because that's what's coming up. That's like our main show of the year. We're excited. And let's just go. Let's go talk to her. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Doug Jones, the tall, skinny, goofy actor who plays lots of monsters and creatures on film and in TV. But today, I want you to know that you are listening to the best podcast on the air, and that would be the Steve and Crypto Show.
We're having this good conversation here with no recording.
I know.
Oh.
But yeah, so 30 days a night, in actuality, it's like 90 days or something. Like, I'd have to look up the real number, but it's more than 30 days of night where the sun doesn't actually come above the horizon. So, but that's way at the top of Alaska. And then like you travel north or south in central Alaska, and it's not that bad.
Okay.
You know, and then you travel even more south where I'm at on the coast, it's even better. Like we could get maybe an hour or maybe two better light in the wintertime than they do in central Alaska.
Huh.
Yeah, it's so huge, right? Alaska is so huge.
Oh,
yeah, the light varies that much. So it is a much better light difference in where I'm at, which is outside of Anchorage, our largest city.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
So the vampires aren't south; they're more northern Alaska.
I know, like that. They're in
like,
way up there. That's where they can surf by. But
like vampires and tweakers hang out north where it stays dark all the time because
You're giving some secrets.
sleep.
The thing is, though, in the summertime, it's always light, so it doesn't work for vampires then. So
You're giving up some sequel ideas here. Make sure you get your cut when it happens.
So they go hibernate like bears or something.
I don't know exactly what the thought was on that. So in the summertime, the vampires have to go somewhere, right? They're gonna have to migrate. I mean, are they migrating vampires at that point? Maybe. But so summertime is flip that. Now the sun doesn't set, and which is kind of cool because you get the appearance of longer days, right? So you're out and about more, and you can, do your thing more, and it's like, you have more time to play, I guess.
Right.
But then it's dark in the wintertime. So happy medium. There's a happy medium, and that's where I live now. It doesn't get as cold, and it doesn't get as dark, but we still get the light thing in the summertime.
Light thing. I like that. We get that light thing. It's called sunshine.
That big bright thing that comes up every day.
Get the light.
Yeah, that's wild. I can't imagine. It would take getting used to, but I mean, you could do it. Get on the sleep schedule and
blackout. You get blackout curtains, and you're good. You're good to go in the summertime. Wintertime isn't too bad. That it's dark. It's okay. You don't have to do anything. It's not like it really messes up your sleep. Maybe it does for some people, but at least you're getting sleep and not bright all the time in the summertime.
Right. So do you guys live in? You said close to Anchorage. Is it like suburb, or is it just like here's Anchorage and then you leave Anchorage and it's vast nothing, or how is it? Is it like small?
Yeah, I do. So I live about 45 minutes to an hour outside of Anchorage, our largest city. And so I guess you would I don't know if you'd consider suburb. There's definitely closer towns to Anchorage that you would consider a suburb, but no, it's like down there. Here, where I'm at, it's like Anchorage, and then there's like several little towns until you get to my town of Wasilla. And then there's a few other little towns on the one highway out of our area, and then there's nothing. And then there's nothing for a really long time.
Right. Right.
So we're next to the hub. So there's traffic. There's things going on.
Is there we're talking like it's like a different planet or something.
It's a lot of people in people's minds probably is kind of like that.
You guys have electricity?
I know, right? I don't know how to even live up here.
I did want to ask, like, I mean, I don't know how many celebrities are traveling your way. Do you guys have an occasional convention in Anchorage or anything like that?
We do. But also the celebrity thing, celebrities come up here all the time.
Oh, okay.
Various things, like they come up and they do the hunting thing and the fishing charter thing, like as far as personal recreation goes.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
But as far as Comic-Cons go, we do have several Comic-Cons in our state. There is one in Anchorage, which is in a few weeks, actually. It's the weekend before Crypticon.
Oh, boy.
I have to prepare for 2 cons in a row.
Oh.
I know. And then there's also one in Fairbanks, which is in central Alaska. And that's in February, like the end of February. So that one's already happened, and I've been to that one. They have a small con at the military base outside in Fairbanks. They have an Air Force base up there, and they have one, which I've been to that one time as a cosplay guest. And let's see, they have like a couple other little ones, but like I think there's a tiny like Comic-Con, Anime Con at one of the high schools here. It was either this weekend or it was last weekend. I think. And there was a small one in my town where I live, Wasilla, for a couple of years, but they didn't have it last year. So there's like a bunch of little things going on.
Cool.
So, popular.
So you guys do have a scene there for...
We do, and it's gotten better and better every year. There was a con called Senshi-Con, more of like an anime con, but it was, everything. And I think that one kind of like kicked off the scene, the Comic-Con scene and all that many years ago. I can't remember the first time I went to that one. It might have been in like 2015-ish, something like that. But I don't think that one happens anymore. But since then, they kind of slowly grew. So, yeah, we do have our own little scene, and we do get pretty good guests, I think. Like the Fairbanks one, we had Dante Basco there this year, and then several voice actors, which I don't usually follow a lot of the anime voice actors. It just isn't my, it isn't my thing. So I don't know them as well, but they usually get like a Power Ranger and they get big voice actors up there at the Fairbanks one. Who is it? Who's the Winnie the Pooh voice? I always forget his name.
Oh,
no
clue. About he's always at cons. He was there one year.
Is really
bother! Why'd you ask that question?
I know. He was there.
Just don't know.
And I think we had some has-been hotel voice actors, I think, this year. But I know
Jim Cummings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was up there, I think, a couple years ago. But yeah, at the Fairbanks one, it's usually like some really good voice actors, really famous ones, and then like a Power Ranger is usually what they bring up, and then another like live action actor or actress will be at that one. It's kind of like their formula. It's a really good formula for them, though. They're very successful.
Yeah, and there's like 85 Power Rangers to pick from, from all the different series. So there's plenty to work with.
There's so many. And they had almost all of the original ones, minus the original Yellow Ranger, but they did have the next one. I don't want to say replacement Yellow Ranger, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The next Power Ranger. The only one of the originals they didn't have is Amy Jo, the Pink Ranger, which I'm waiting for because that's the only one I haven't met yet of the original cast.
I could be wrong. I think she went to SummerCon. I think she was up here for that or some other convention.
You're right.
Maybe.
And I missed it. I think you're right. Or was it?
There's so many cons. I don't know.
I know you guys have a lot down there. So, but really, if you come up and I invite you to come to Alaska in the middle of winter when it's 40 below, you should experience that. And I also experience our con.
I will politely decline.
I watched a movie that told me I shouldn't come there. So,
yeah,
because it's all real.
It is all
summer
real.
Maybe.
You
winter.
need to prove. You need to experience it. Last year, it was very cold during the Fairbanks Con, which is called Alaska Comic Con.
No.
It was minus 40, 50 below during the con, right? And that con is like a Saturday, Sunday. And still people showed up. It was still packed in there. And I was like, I have to drive. It's about 5 hours from where I live. So I drive up in 40 below, and I was amazed that there were still people going to it because it was 40. It was very cold.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Really dedicated.
Yeah.
It's a very nice smaller con, and really I think they've outgrown their space because it was so packed this year, and the weather was nice though. It wasn't 40 below anymore this year. It's a very nice small con. I don't even know if I should call it small anymore. It's more of a medium size now. But it's very good. Yeah, very nice one if you can stand the weather and if it's not crazy cold.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could.
Does the parking garage go directly into the venue? Because that could be.
No parking garage. All parking outdoors. It's all outside parking.
They should just have
I can just jump out of my car straight into an elevator. Then okay.
You gotta
like a drive-through convention, like a safari or something.
Yeah.
Like you just drive through it and go by the
And
booths.
instead of a buffalo coming up and rubbing its snotty nose on your car, it's like a guy handing you a comic book.
Yeah, it's Jim Cummings doing Winnie the Pooh voices at you.
Yeah.
Telling you how cold it is.
Do we still bring bread, like loaves of bread to give them like you would at a drive-through zoo? No?
You know what? I will say maybe coffee.
Coffee would work.
I don't know. You guys know the artist Aaron Reynolds, the Angry Birds, or not Angry Birds. What is his thing called now? Now I'm forgetting it, and he's gonna get mad. Darn it!
He's listening.
No,
he's gonna be an angry bird.
It's not Angry Birds, and now it's gonna bug me what it is. but he draws birds and they all with profanity, you know. the what he writes with them are all profanity. Dang it, I can't remember. That. Anyways, he was at our con. He usually comes up to the Fairbanks one, and he put out on his social media to bring him coffee because he's been bouncing. He does like cons all the time, so he's been bouncing around and going to be jet lagged. So he did put the word out to bring coffee, and he said he would draw on the coffee cup and give it to you if you came and brought him a hot coffee, which I did. I did that. But now I have to look up what his for real name is, because that he's going to write me a angry letter. Effin' Birds. Now I remember. It's called Effin' Birds.
Effin' Birds.
He's at, yeah. So
I think I've ever heard of it.
Hilarious.
I'm going to have to look it up.
Yeah, you got to look it up. He's at cons all over the place. And he comes to ours every year. So he's got help.
Cartoons with profanity. I'm there.
They're all birds. That's why I thought it was Angry Bird. Because
birds.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably angry.
They're called pissed off parrots.
Pissed off birds.
Every single one of them. But yeah, we have a pretty good Comic-Con scene up here now. They built it up, so
good. I mean, I assumed you guys had conventions. I just wasn't sure about like how many celebrity guests were able to make it all the way there. You know,
they have.
But that's good to hear.
They have airports, and
I know that.
She said there's that one highway, so
there is one highway.
Yeah,
to get there.
Yeah.
They do have. Yeah, we get pretty good guests. Steve Byrne, is that his name? The Blues Clues, Steve Byrne.
Oh, Steve from Blues Clues.
Steve Byrne's a comedian, isn't he?
What's his last name?
I think it's Burns.
That's what I thought too. Oh, anyways, okay. Steve from Blues Clues was also in the Fairbanks one. So, yeah, we're gonna have a really good lineup for Anchorage Comic-Con, which is the
Burns. Yep.
Yeah, see,
Steve Burns.
I knew it. Anchorage is gonna be nice. We have a pretty good lineup there. We have who do we have now? This is a big one. Leah Thompson.
Hey, that name's familiar.
From Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
Jay Muse.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Which I'm waiting to meet him.
Jay Muse?
Yeah.
He's cool. Steve and I both have met him together like 3 times. Yeah.
Very cool.
Super nice. So you'll enjoy that.
Bring him Legos. He loves Legos.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Instead of drugs, he does Legos now. So that's his thing. Yeah.
Might be a little more expensive than drugs, but he's still probably safer. It's better.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll think about that. Last year, Brian O'Halloran was up here, also from Clerks.
Yep. I met him. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, no, he's great. He actually ended up being in Fairbanks at their Comic-Con. And then there was a cancellation at the Anchorage Comic-Con. And he came for that. That one. Actually, he replaced Jay Muse, who was supposed to come last year. And there was a schedule conflict. So Brian came up twice. So I thought it was funny. But I need to meet all of the clerks because I have a poster, an original Clerks film poster from my local video store that I had this entire time since it came out.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So, and it's got stains on it, you know, it's ripped, but it's like totally authentic.
That's so
Video
cool.
Very cool.
I have the soundtrack LP.
No, really?
I have the cover signed by Kevin J. Marilyn Gigliotti,
Yep.
and what's his name, Brian O'Halloran.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. There's still others out there I need to get, but I'll get them eventually.
Yeah.
Sooner or later.
Yeah. One thing you could probably talk to Jay about that he might think is cool if you bring it up. He directed his own film called Madness in the Method, and feel free to check that out. He basically plays himself, and it's like he's trying to get work. You know, he's trying to be like more of a serious actor. He's like, I don't want to be this Jay guy anymore. I want to be like a real actor, you know. And Kevin's in it, a whole bunch of other people, Danny Trejo, and it's actually Stan Lee's last appearance in a film, from what I've heard. So he has like a little cameo.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, it's fun. He just kind of slowly starts going crazy while he's trying to, you know, audition for parts and things like that.
I feel like I saw it.
It's not bad. I think you can watch it on Prime for free.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I've seen it too. I'll have to look it up and see.
Yeah, it's one that I don't think a lot of people know about, and they probably don't think much of it when they know that it's his thing. But like, dude can actually make a decent film.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited to meet him.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's one of those celebrities that give you a good experience, good memorable visit.
Yeah.
So
My first time meeting him, like Steve went for a photo, I think, and I just got an autograph, and then he hollered at me to get in the photo as well. And so, yeah, one of those people.
Oh, that's great. I like it when the celebrity guests are interested in being there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't always happen. But it's nice when they're really excited to see their fans. And there's some that I've met too that are like really genuinely, you know, there for the fans. That's really cool. Like Brian O'Halloran was really great too.
Yeah.
He was really cool to talk to.
Yeah, it's cool when go ahead.
I was gonna say he seems like he genuinely enjoys being there and doing that. It's like for him too, not just fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's nice when they start asking you questions because like they talk about themselves all weekend long. So when you run into one that's like, well, what do you do? Or, you know, what are you into? And kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
Opens up conversation a little bit more too.
They're performers. They put on that on that performance of this weekend. I'm playing as a famous person that appreciates you guys.
Yeah.
But no, most of them do.
Yeah.
There are a few I've met that were disappointing. Like William Shatner was one of the worst celebrities I've ever met.
I met William. Actually, I did the photo op with William Shatner.
Yeah. Were you able to be within 10 feet of him?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a picture. On my wall.
For like 10 seconds, right?
Or, yeah.
I mean, you know, when you do the photo thing,
it's so quick.
Yeah, they're like you're out in like 2 seconds.
I hate the professional photo ops.
Me
Unless
too.
it's somebody really awesome, I'm not gonna pay to get one. Like I'd rather do a table selfie if it's available.
Yeah.
But
I would
like when.
Okay.
I was saying like a few years back, Cassandra Peterson did photo ops as Elvira.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I had to fucking pay for that one.
Mm-hmm.
That was one I was not gonna miss out on.
Yeah, she doesn't do it anymore.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
This weekend there was an event in Michigan called Astronomicon, and both Damian Leone and David Howard Thornton were there, along with, and forgive me not knowing their real names, but I think the actress that plays Samantha, and there was, I think, the pale girl. So all four of them were there, and I mean, the only one that dressed up was David, but still, to get like a photo op with art, and then Damien was in it too. It
See,
looks like a
think about
special thing.
that though. Think about that is like, look, I got my picture with Art the Clown, and somebody could be like, that's just some dude dressed up as Art. Like, you
Yeah,
can't tell. Like, if I met David Howard Thornton, I'd want to get a picture with David Howard Thornton.
they did different options. I guess the first day he was just there as he is. He had like the little black hat on his head, and he had the horn he was taking photos with. But then yesterday, or maybe even today as well, I saw some people posting photos of him like with the whole Santa outfit on.
People are eating it up, but
Yeah,
like, I don't know. Like, I've seen like Leatherface actors in Leatherface, you know, get ups, and it's like
yeah,
they could be somebody else wearing the damn outfit, and dude's in back with his feet up. Like, I
yeah. I
could
mean,
go
you and I
just
took a
meet a, I could just go meet a Leatherface cosplayer and tell you that it's so and so.
you and I took that picture at Crypticon with the Jason Voorhees cosplay guy. I mean Kane
Oh, it was
Hodder.
really him,
It
right?
was
Yeah, that
the real Kane Hodder, and he didn't
was.
charge us at all.
Mm-hmm.
He just saw
Yeah,
us and said, "Come over here for this photo."
that part I don't get. I can see if maybe I don't know. Give me like a maybe like Ewan McGregor in a fucking Jedi robe. That would be different because you would know it was him.
Yeah,
But
it's nice that they had the option though. Like
that's,
it's
I
not
mean,
like
if
the
people
day.
paid for it,
Yeah,
it's a business. Money talks.
Yeah,
Money
I
fucking.
will do the big photo op, like the professional one, if I have a cosplay, and that's kind of why I do that one. If I have like a full cosplay on, I want to get the professional photo because part of it is me getting the professional photo in my cosplay. Also,
Right, right.
also, I guess it just depends.
Yeah, but I mean,
Both.
you're in this character with the performer, but they're not hidden behind a mask
That's
and costume. They're like standing next to
yeah,
themselves, and that's kind of cool.
yeah.
yeah,
Like you got photos with Billy and or I'm sorry, Zach and Joe Dante, right? Did you
yeah.
get photos with them? Yeah, and see, and they're just standing there as they are, so
That's true. Yeah,
makes for a great picture.
at their table. Yeah, which was really one of the coolest things that ever happened to me because I wore the Gremlins outfit
The stewardess thing, yeah,
from Gremlins 2. And it was she was BB Cates was a tour guide, so it was like the
yeah.
tour guide outfit with the big hat. And then I made all the little gremlins or mogwai and put them in the little tray. And Joe Dante like really liked them, so it was like so cool to have Joe Dante say, "Wow, these are great," that sort of thing. It was a very cool experience. And Zach, I made the little pin that is kind of like I don't know, a badge, the clamp badge, from the movie in their
Oh yeah,
uniforms. And I made one. It was kind of a crappy one, in my opinion, but he was like so impressed that I got that granular with the costume. He's like, "Oh,
Detail,
look,
yeah.
little pin that," and he noticed it. So that was also very cool. So that was like one of the coolest experiences that I've had. Definitely a good memory from Crypticon, for
I
sure.
admire the little details of your costume. That's cool.
Yeah.
This is probably a good point to tell listeners that no, to introduce who has joined us. We've been yapping without introducing our friend Krystin. We met her a few years ago now, a couple years, 2-3 years, at
something like that.
Crypticon, because I saw she was going to be doing a costume from Night of the Comet, and I thought it was pretty cool, and we ended up connecting and made sure to meet at the show to check out the costume, and we've been buds ever since, and we've gotten to enjoy some amazing costumes she's put together, from like Alien to, you mentioned Gremlins, Night of the Comet, some other stuff I can't think of because my brain is not firing right now. But what's some of the other awesome cosplays that you've done? Some of your favorites?
Let's see. To Crypticon, I brought a Mirabelle, so from Disney's Encanto, Mirabelle. But what I did for that one at Crypticon was I did the Day of the Dead Mirabelle. So I had, the Day of the Dead makeup on, and so that was a little twist I did on that one. What else did I wear? I usually do like at least two cosplays.
You did one of the camp counselor ones.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
I did that, and that was kind of a group one, Camp Crystal Lake. That was last year, and we did a group. There was like maybe 8 of us, something like that. That was really fun, because we went to the after party, and one of our group was Jason. So that was a good one. I did the Alien spin. It was a spin, Cigar Girl spin on the Aliens one. And I know I do so many, I'm like, what were all of them? The Night of the Comet one was very cool. And the gals there, the actresses in that movie, loved it. And they were so nice. Catherine Mary Stewart, of course, was there, and I know I'm gonna
Kelly Maroney.
Yeah, Kelly Maroney.
Yeah,
they were both there. They loved it. I made the skirt to that, all like 100% from scratch, and then I made the giant Rebels patch for the sweater. So I made all the patches. So it was really cool to do that one and get to, talk to those guys. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm trying to think what other cosplays I wore, because this will be my 4th year, I think, being there, and I don't think I met you guys until the 2nd year that I went.
Was the year?
It was the Night of the Comet year, I believe.
It was that year.
Yeah,
because you also did the Alien one, and your friend did the Danhausen.
Yeah,
it was awesome too.
Yeah, and that was the 2nd year that we went to it. So, and then last year was Gremlins, Camp Counselor. Did I have a 3rd one? I think I do usually just like a basic regular clothes on one of the days. Usually.
Casual day.
Yeah, I do a casual day. Casual Friday usually is what happens.
Yeah.
I do so many different cosplays. I was debating on whether or not to announce what cosplay my big cosplay is going to be this year. I'd like to make it a secret sometimes, and make people guess what it is. But I don't know. If you guys?
Tell you what. So basically, we want to hype Crypticon because I can't speak for you, but I know it's probably Steve and Crypto's favorite convention.
Yep.
If you don't want to announce it, how about hints?
Okay. Hints. And I did mention earlier to if you wanted to do. You guys have a table, right?
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, we do.
We'll be out in the hall. Yeah.
If you want to do like a giveaway thing, I have some comics. They're vampire comics. I'm not going to say what kind of vampire it is because that's my cosplay.
Oh, okay.
So what I'll do is I'll bring some comics to you guys, and you can like give them away. And I don't know how you want to do that, but you could. I'm sure you can think of a fun way to do a giveaway. Because that one year I met you guys, you had given out some
goodie bags.
Goodies. Yeah.
Yeah, we usually do like horror trivia with people.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So however you want to do it, I'll bring some comics, but it is a vampire comic character.
It's not one that you've worn and may or may not have shared photos publicly.
Maybe. That could be it.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's a vampire costume, so that rules out the idea of you going to Joann Fabrics and buying out all of the pin needles to make your own like Cenobite pinhead costume, right? You're not doing that. Okay.
Not a Cenobite.
Okay.
Also, R.I.P. Joann Fabrics.
Yeah.
But
yeah, poor Joann.
I went to Michael's recently, and they're starting to integrate fabric into the store. So at least they're picking.
They're gonna call it Michael's Fabrics now.
I hope so.
Just piss off Joann.
The whole Joann thing makes me mad because I think, and I don't know if this is true, what happened was like a hedge fund bought it and then just closed the store. I don't know if that's true, but it still makes me mad because where are we going to get our fabric for our cosplay?
You guys are hearing the angst of the cosplayer.
Let's just talk about that right now.
Not that I went there very much myself, but like where I used to live, we didn't have one. I had to drive about an hour just to get to one if I wanted to go. Now I'm about 10 minutes away from one and they're closing.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Joann fabric in every town. I mean, I had a Joann fabric in my small town, and then there was one in Anchorage. Okay, and I'm like we had choices, and now we have zero.
That one long highway was dotted with Joann fabrics, and now it's gonna be all Spirit Halloween. So
that's what I was just about to say. As long as it becomes a Spirit Halloween and it stays open, then fine. I'll even help keep it open. That'll be my new job.
There you go.
Spirit all year.
You know what? If Spirit of Halloween could carry fabric, I would be down with that. Even if it's Halloween fabric. I think they could clean up with that.
That's probably all they would have.
This is your chance to open your cosplay specific fabric shop.
Call it Joann Spirits. You can sell like alcohol and fabric.
That's perfect.
And Halloween goods.
Yeah.
Once a year, or between September and October, then that's it. 2 months.
Just sell Halloween stuff and liquor you would make so much money over that 3 months.
Yeah. Oh, and you have free samples in there like Costco, so then people get a little buzz and they're like, you know what? I am gonna buy this animatronic today.
That's I don't know if that
works.
It's legal. You wouldn't be able to allow families in there together.
Well, you gotta show your ID when you walk in or something. As long as you're 21, and you can have some free samples, and hopefully that'll persuade you to buy an animatronic.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you want to do with it. If you want to do like Halloween shopping and have a little, over 21 beverage,
yeah,
and that's the whole shtick of the shop, maybe that does work.
It's like what people do at home anyway. They get loaded, then they shop on Amazon. Like, no, instead you come to our shop and
drink and drive and buy Halloween stuff.
Stay a little while and sober up, and then in that time you'll want to buy more stuff.
I think
yes,
you would have to have all your employees would have to be over 21 years old. Could you be serving alcohol? So that wouldn't work because Spirit ain't trying to pay anybody over minimum wage, and you're not paying adults under minimum. You know what I mean? It just won't work.
Yeah,
these are just ideas here, people.
But the cosplayer centric fabric store could be a good thing.
I would be happy. I think that Spirit Halloween, if you're listening, carry Halloween fabrics because you know we're gonna buy them because it's Halloween. People make their costumes, and then at the end of the November 1, it all goes on sale, and then you get rid of it, and then you start again the next year. That's my idea. Run with it. Just run. And I went to Spirit Halloween last year, and actually I did buy some stuff there, and to my surprise, is actually some really nice stuff. Like, I don't know if they've upscaled their product in there.
Where?
At Spirit Halloween.
Really?
At least,
They're kind of hit or miss with this stuff. What did you get? What was some of the cool stuff you got last year?
Ghost face stuff.
Oh.
The animatronic?
No, I got a bag. I got a ghost face bag that was bedazzled.
Yeah.
And some patches. But the rest of the stuff in there looked like all their other like sweaters and clothing apparel, horror themed apparel was very nice. Like very good quality to my surprise. So anyway, I guess enough about Spirit Halloween.
We're going back to
Go
back to the main thing we're here to talk about. Being that you're going to be coming up this way or coming down here for Crypticon. Who are you most excited to see?
Joe Bob and Darcy. They're my number one. I love that show. I watched that show when I was in high school. Joe Bob's show. Of course, Darcy wasn't on that show, but I do watch the new show, Last Drive-In. So that is going to be number one place I hit, is to say hi to those guys. And this is the call out to everybody to dress up as Darcy. That's what I'm going to do. That's not the secret cosplay. That's the easy one that I'm going to do. Probably on Sunday. I'll do a Darcy Camp Joe Bob cosplay, which I've done before. I've done that at the Joe Bob Jamboree. Okay. So I'm going to wear that probably on Sunday because the big one I'll wear on Saturday. So that's my call. Everybody, do the Camp Joe Bob costume on Sunday. We'll all get together. It'll be like Crypticons filled with a bunch of Darcys, and then it'll be fun. That's my plan.
I'd be all right with that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna dress up as Darcy, Caleb?
I'm sorry, I won't be there. You're talking about doing that on Friday, right?
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. Oh shit! I was gonna say, well, if you do it Friday, I won't be there, and that's my excuse.
Put on your little mail girl outfit.
Either way.
Only if you do it too, Steve.
I don't have my outfit anymore.
But then
I outgrew it.
Then we're gonna hear the sound of crickets around our booth.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to avoid. So
do the Joe Bob cosplay then. You get a cowboy hat and a bolo tie and a cowboy shirt. That's what I want to see on Sunday is a bunch of Joe Bobs and a bunch of Darcys. That's the day to do it.
I think we will.
Can we Yeah.
I think our buddies in the Horror Addicts are interviewing them in their panel, so that's exciting for them too.
Oh,
cool.
They do a Darcy and Joe Bob, but gender reversed. So he's Darcy, she does Joe Bob.
Nice.
They're fun. So there'll be at least those two.
Okay.
2 Darcys and 1 Joe Bob so far. Somebody should go around and count them.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do at the table. We'll
Yes.
count the Darcys and Joe Bobs that walk by.
It'd be cool if you guys could all get a big photo together.
I know. This is a con that I don't think has a cosplay meetup that I'm aware of. Because at other cons there are cosplay meetups, like Star Wars, somebody organizes a cosplay meetup for the Star Wars people, etc. But if there were ever a time to come up with a cosplay meetup, it's the Joe Bob and Darcy one.
This would be it. Posted in the Crypticon Facebook page. Are you on Facebook?
Yes, I should actually do that. I think I'm going to be on that page too. I'm sure I am.
Yeah.
I am sure.
Well, join it and post that in there, and
okay.
You're announcing it here. People listen, dress up as Joe Bob or Darcy, and
we'll come up with time.
Find Krystin at the show, meet up, take a big group photo. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
They can take it over by our table. We'll allow it. We'll clog up the hallway and with Darcy's and Joe Bob's
well, we should just do it by the celeb table. Just a horde of Darcy and Joe Bob's comes in and does the conga or something,
and then have them in the picture too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I meant by the group photo. You got to get them in it too.
Yeah, we gotta make it happen in there.
So we're all gonna do our part and make it happen. We're saying it here. We see people Friday and Saturday. We'll tell them.
We'll come up.
See people dressed as Darcy and Joe Bob. We'll stop them and tell them, wear that outfit again tomorrow. We don't care if it gets stinky.
Okay.
Wear it again tomorrow and come do a photo op.
We're gonna make it happen. We'll see what we can drum up. I think let's impress people with the Joe Bob and Darcy horde. I think one of the things I thought would be funny to do. I don't know if you guys watch the current Joe Bob show, but Darcy always cosplays, right? And one of the cosplays she did was a pumpkin. It was just like the basic, like pumpkin. Right. I don't know if you guys remember that. That would be a fun Darcy. It could be any of the Darcy. You can dress up as any one of them.
Any version of Darcy.
One episode, I think.
What's that?
Didn't she do a Cenobite? Did she do a pinhead?
She did. She did a Cenobite one.
But they're I'm on. Those are the ones. That's the one that I really wanted to go see. Who else is going to be there?
I really want to go listen in to Victoria Price's panel because I bet she has some stories about her old man. That's exciting.
Doug Bradley, of course.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Bradley.
Met him in the past. He's pretty pleasant. Nice guy.
Mm-hmm. And the actress, help me with her name. The Hellraiser actress. You know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And the names. Trying to remember. There's a
couple people from Nightmare on Elm Street 2 people, like Mark Patton and Kim Myers. Oh, I could be wrong. I know a couple guests recently have canceled.
Oh yeah,
it might have. So let's see. We got Doug Bradley.
Yes.
Miko Hughes is going to be there.
Oh yes, that was new announcement.
Yep. The killer from Violent Nature.
I just watched that movie.
On Joe Bob. Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of that movie, but there were some cool kills in it.
Yeah. Yes, that is
But overall, it was kind of boring.
That was my sentiment as well. But they were good kills.
Let's see.
Oh, the Hello Mary Lou actress isn't going to be there from prom night.
Yeah, she canceled, and C. Thomas Howell canceled.
Yeah,
that was a bummer because that was the other one I really wanted to see was C. Thomas Howell. Actually, he was supposed to come up to Anchorage also, but he canceled. I'm assuming because he has the job that he's having to work on.
I'm starting to think he's just trying to avoid you.
I know.
He's just avoiding you.
Probably. I have the Hitcher on Laserdisc, so that's what I was gonna bring and have outside is my Hitcher Laserdisc.
Let's get away from Crypticon here for a second because you brought up Laserdiscs.
Yeah.
You have you have quite a collection of Laserdiscs. How did that start? Like, were you buying Laserdiscs back when people actually watched them? Or was this just like some weird thing that just grew into a collectible monster? I don't know.
I remember seeing the first Laserdisc played in my elementary school. I think it was 3rd grade. Yes, I remember it vividly. Back in my day. No, 3rd grade, I remember seeing the Laserdisc and they played it like a space one. I don't remember what it was called, but I thought it was amazing. And all these years, I remembered that this whole time, fast forward like 25 years or so, and I was actually managing a used bookstore, a nonprofit used bookstore. So people would bring, their used books and then we'd sell them in our shop. And someone brought in actually 2 Laserdisc players and a bunch of Laserdiscs. And I was like, hey, this is so cool. How would I just buy these? And I did. And I had them. It was maybe 100 discs, maybe 75 to 100, maybe. So I had those discs for a long time, maybe like, I'm trying to think how long I had them. They just sat. I did play them every once in a while. They sat in the cupboard for a long time, maybe 5-10 years or something like that. Maybe not that long. Something like that. And then I started going to cons, right? I started to go and get celeb signatures on stuff and meet celebs and stuff. And then I got the brilliant idea of having the Laserdisc sign for 2 reasons. One, they have huge covers, so the art is amazing, right? And 2, it's a very good conversation piece. So when you go up to a celeb and you're doing the whole signature thing, meet and greet, whatever, sometimes you're just like, what do I say? And not be weird, right?
Yeah.
What do you even say to a celeb? Like, hi, hi, I love your movie or whatever, and not be awkward about it.
All right, I love your movie. Sign my obsolete form of media. But I can attest to that. It is a conversation starter because a convention a couple years ago, I went with you to meet Vincent D'Onofrio. And
yes,
and he got like super excited because he also is a Laserdisc collector. So he bonded with the Kingpin, which is
I know.
cool.
I love Vincent D'Onofrio, and I love him even more because he is a Laserdisc collector as well. And see, it's really the perfect thing. Not very many people have them, and most of the time, the celebrity guest is like, wow, you have a laser disc. What is, or what is this? Or, whatnot. So it starts like a genuine conversation about something that isn't like a talking about, it's talking about their movie, but how do you start a conversation with a celebrity that hears the same thing over and over again, right? It's like usually the same thing. So it's a good conversation piece. And it makes it even better when the celebrity guest knows what it is and has a collection themselves, which several I've met do. Vincent D'Onofrio, one, has a bigger collection than I do. And he talked about being on Criterion show. Do you remember, Steve, when he was talking about that?
A little bit. I remember bits and parts. I just remember he was very enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, oh man, this guy's going to be intimidating. And then we get up there,
right?
And he just gets all excited and he's just like down to earth and like cool. And he was talking about some rare laser disc that he had.
He was talking about Psycho because the laser disc, and I, for the life of me, can't remember which copy laser disc it was. Just like VHS tapes, laser disc had several printings, sometimes.
Different variants and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a genuine way to have a conversation and, not have to try and have a conversation with this club in the same way everybody else does. Which I get it, it's probably, hard for celebrities to also come up with new things to talk about with the fans, right? It's like, it's because it's the same movie or TV show or whatever.
Yep.
Another person that also liked Laserdisc was Brent Spiner from Star Trek Data.
Okay. Yeah.
He was totally into Laserdisc. He was liking it. Who else? A Star Wars actor I met. Now I can't remember his name. But anyways, yeah, it's makes it fun, I think. It makes it fun for me. Oh, what's that?
Are you bringing any to Crypticon this year to get signed?
I was going to bring the Hitcher, but now C. Thomas Howell is going to be there. Yep. So I don't know what I'll bring.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2? Was that on Laserdisc?
It is. I don't have the second one. I have the first one, but not the second one. I don't have Hellraiser. I'm trying to. Do I have anything with Miko in it?
Cemetery.
I don't have Pet Cemetery.
Was Kindergarten Cop on?
Yes, I think I actually have that one. I'll have to look.
Oh, that's a good one.
So that maybe I'll bring that one. That's funny.
There you go. Kindergarten Cop. I think I have like 4 laser discs. And it's like there's Star Wars trilogy and Alien.
Alien. Those are always good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about it on what I'm bringing. I am one of my friends. I'm part of a Laserdisc group, so I put out there to my Laserdisc group if they wanted me to get anything signed for them. So I think one of my friends is sending me Hellraiser to get signed and something else that I don't remember. So I'll be getting some signed for someone else too.
Very cool. Very
cool.
That's good. So is there, besides meeting some of these celebs, is there any other stuff that you look forward to at Crypticon, like vendors? Is there any particular collectibles, or I'm sure you're always looking for more VHS and Laserdisc, but any other things you look for, like different merch or art or anything?
The vendors are great too. Yeah. Every once in a while I'll look for art but now it gets to the point where like, do I need any more art? Where am I going to put it? But I do have a vendor friend that's going to be there, and her booth is like knitted things. It's Annie Stitches, and she does like a bunch of cool horror themed, like knitted things and other stuff too. So,
cool.
So she has a really cool booth.
I think she's been there before.
Yeah, she was there the
last name.
Couple of years. She has really great stuff. Really great stuff. So yeah, I'll look at all the vendor stuff, panels. I have yet to actually watch any of the movies at Crypticon. And every year I'm like, we're going to do this, me and, whoever I'm there with. And then we never do it because we run out of time, and we're always like talking to people or back in the celebrity area, or, oh, we're going to, the party, after party type deal. So there's so much going on there. There's really like something for everybody.
Right, so I'm dragging you to a movie block.
I know. Yeah, I have to do it. And I've talked to the people that made those movies in the and entered them in the film festival. I've met one of those teams, so it was like really cool, and I really wanted to see their film. It was there was a slumber party one. I don't know if you remember. I think it was last year or the year before. Nah, it had to be the year before. And I never got to see it.
You didn't go.
Get too busy. There's just so much to do and to see and talking to people, and on top of like wearing your cosplay around, which does also take time because that is part of it. It's just walking around in your cosplay, talking to
pictures
people,
and
taking pictures with people and other people in cosplay. And when you spend the time to make the cosplays, it's like you want to get exposure for it.
You made it so people could see it and enjoy it too. So are you gonna enter the mystery cosplay in the contest?
Probably, probably. If I think it's okay enough to wear I'm building onto it. I had a basic outfit, and now I'm building on to what I wore before. So I'm working on it, and we'll see how it turns out.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't want to cut things off here, but I gotta jump out. So I look forward to seeing you at Crypticon in a few weeks and seeing what you come up with and your surprise reveal.
Yes.
And we'll check out the comics that you have, and we'll make sure we do some sort of
that's what we'll
giveaway.
Well, if people stop by the table and say, "Hey, I listened to your episode with Krystin," then we'll give you a comic while supplies last.
Okay.
That's right
there. So you guys continue. I will see you in a few weeks. Thank you for jumping on.
Yes. Good to see you.
You as well. Have a great night. Thank you.
No, we've been chatting. We didn't even mention the dates.
I know.
May 2nd through the 4th.
Yes, early.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What day are you rolling into town? Are you coming in Saturday morning?
Friday,
I mean? Yeah.
Friday afternoon. I like to get, in previous years, I've liked to get there early, like Thursday night.
Right.
This year it's Friday afternoon. So right when I get there, it's going to be kind of busy. It always is.
Right.
Because people are checking in and stuff. So,
so
I'll be getting my badge and getting checked in and all that stuff. So hopefully still have time to walk around and say hi to everybody. but I think it goes until 8 p.m. on Friday, right?
Friday night till 8, I believe. Yep. The thing is, they're usually pretty well organized there. So
Oh
that
yeah.
wait to get in and stuff isn't usually that long. It's just a well run show, and it's big, but it's still like intimate. Like you have time with the celebrities. You could walk in and enjoy the vendors and the artists
Mhm.
and creators. You're not like a big, San Diego or something when you're shoulder to shoulder and you can't stop or you'll just get swallowed up by the masses. Like you could actually enjoy yourself and be comfortable.
It is one of my favorite cons to go to because it is more intimate, and it's not that it's a small con. It is a small con, but it's also like it's in several different rooms. It's
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would call it small con, medium sized con.
It's just right.
Yeah, it's very nice, and the time you get with the celebrities and stuff is great, and they get such good guests, I think.
Yep.
And if you're into horror movies, it's like the perfect little con to go to. And it's all in one place, which I like because I have to fly there. So
And it's convenient. If you got to fly in, the airport's like literally across the street from
right across the
the
street.
place. Yep.
I fly in. I don't have to rent a car. I get the shuttle to the hotel, stay there, and just stay there the whole time. I don't have to go anywhere. They have a restaurant. They have a coffee bar or whatever.
Yep. Or if you want to be adventurous, you could go to like Taco Bell or Denny's across the street.
That's true. They do have
everything is
little
good
things that
times.
you could do that. But I do like this con. It's one of my favorite to go to, for sure. The after party was fun. I think the funnest one I went to was 2 years ago when it was. What was the theme? It was like 20s theme. I wonder if they have a theme this year for their. Oh, they do. It's superheroes.
For the party?
Yeah.
Theme?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is an interesting play on a horror con to have a superhero theme.
You can make it work. You can make dead superheroes. I mean, Blade is a superhero.
That's true. It's vampires also.
Yeah.
It'll.
I think it's almost time to wrap. It's getting past my bedtime because I'm an old man. To this point, what's been your favorite memory of Crypticon, and why should people come and hang out with us at Crypticon? The biggest reason that people need to get their ass to this show.
I've had a lot of good fun times at Crypticon. They just get such good guests, and it's a reasonable amount of time. Going to other cons, you have to wait so long most of the time to meet guests, and whenever I've been to hit the celeb area, it's like I don't ever have to really wait too long. And that's nice because it's more intimate setting. But there's still like a bajillion people there. But it just seems like the flow is great. And you get time with the celebs. So I really like that. And the celebs are always so good. They're just like Billy Zane was there,
Right.
The Crypt Keeper, Barbara Crampton, all really great people, and they like love meeting you and stuff. I don't think I've had a bad experience with a guest there. You know, in
once.
Yeah, like Joe Dante. Like I could never imagine, and he's a director. You know, you never see directors really. You know,
I mean,
like
we're starting to see it a little more now, but yeah, I get what you're.
you know what I mean.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
In that was really cool, and I kept talking to him about the Burbs the whole time. Here I am in the Gremlins outfit, and I kept on asking about the Burbs because that is my favorite movie of his, is the Burbs.
Right.
That was really cool. Yeah. He probably got annoyed after about me talking to him about the Burbs. This is really cool though. When I did, I stopped by his booth, his table, Joe Dante's table, in the outfit, the Gremlins 2 outfit, and he took a picture of my outfit because we thought it was really cool. And then, you know, I moved on and all that. And then I went back, and I can't remember why I went back. I probably went back to ask him a question about the Burbs. And then it was like, I'm glad you came back because the picture I took didn't turn out or something. So he wanted to retake a picture. And it was just so funny because he's a director. And I was like, now we're in reshoots here, just with the costume. We're in reshoots.
And it was cool that a fan's costume meant that much to him, that he was thinking about this, like, damn it, I need a better picture. That wasn't, right? You know what I mean? That's cool.
He's like, we got to line it up. No, but he, for whatever reason, the lighting was probably terrible. But that was really cool. And it's just that it is a very intimate con. And you get, you know, everybody's really cool. It's just such a fun time. There's so much to do. Great guests.
Yeah.
That was
every year. It's like a reunion with all your friends. We all get back together and make new friends. And I mean, we wouldn't be here talking if
you get the same, you know, pals from last year will be there. And since I've been there, this will be my 4th time, people started to recognize me for cosplaying, which is really cool too, because last year I got recognized from being the aliens cosplay. So that was cool. That's
this year they're gonna be talking about the Gremlins one.
I know. It's just really fun and nice to get recognized for cosplay because you work so much, you know, so hard on it.
Yeah.
It's just really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, with all that being said, May 2nd through 4th, SeaTac, Seattle, Washington, Crypticon. People come and hang out with us. And before we let you go, tell people where to find you and be your friend on the social media.
Everyone can follow me on Instagram. I have a public page on Instagram for Cuda Kris Cosplay. So you can follow me there. It's Cuda, like the car, and Kris with a K. Cosplay. So follow me there. And just come say hi to me. If you see me at Crypticon. Check out my Instagram so you know what I'm dressed as for the day. You know, and I'll do the posts for the day and come say hi and get pictures. I'm totally fine with pics as long as you ask. That's the big thing with cosplayers. Always ask first, but usually it's always a yes. You know, we want to meet people and get pics with everybody, especially if you're wearing a cosplay also. We want to celebrate the hard work everybody's done.
There you go. And don't be weird.
And don't be weird.
Be weird. Being weird's cool, but not the weird kind of weird.
Exactly.
That makes sense. It should. But Krystin, thank you. I'm glad we finally got to talk and catch up a little bit and have you on the show. We've been kind of throwing it out there for a while, but
I know. and I'm glad we finally got to record, and we'll have to do something at the show.
Yeah, we'll come up with something. We got a little time.
Let's record something there too, like a mid con update or something.
We'll do like some, yeah, we'll do like a live. We'll go Instagram live or something and recap each day or something. We'll talk. We'll plan something. We'll do something cool. But come see us at the table. Tell us you listened to this episode, and Krystin is bringing some vampire comics that fit the theme of her mystery vampire costume. So we will see you guys at Crypticon.
See you, everybody.
Make sure to tune in to the Steve and Crypto Show. They do an impressive podcast. Get it? Impressive?
What's up, final boys and final girls? It's your homeboy Danny Halloween here. Please listen to the Steve and Crypto Show podcast on Spotify or on YouTube. Also, you can find me on Instagram at DannyXXHalloween. As always, stay firme, my friends.
All right, we are back. Krystin, thanks for joining us. Can't wait to see you.
We'll see you real soon. We're looking forward to that cosplay costume too.
It's been like a year.
Yeah.
Since last Crypticon.
Yeah.
I think, right? Did I see?
Yeah, she was there. Yeah. That was the Gremlins year.
No, I'm trying to think if I've seen her at another convention, but no, I didn't make it to SummerCon. She was there though.
That's right. I remember that she was saying she was going to that. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you at Crypticon. Hopefully we see some of you guys at Crypticon. Hopefully you came and saw me at Squatchcon, or you are coming to see me at Squatchcon on the 12th, Saturday. There's other shows we got coming up. The end of April is the OCE, which
Silverdale, Washington.
You are going to make it. It's in the mall in Silverdale.
Yep. That's right.
Lots of vendors. Comics.
It's free.
There's always this free. Everything on your table is free, right?
The event is free.
Oh, it's free to get in.
Entry is free.
Gotta clarify, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But no,
Melanie Cohn, the voice of Lucy from Charlie Brown, will be there.
She's never been there before. What was I gonna say? There's this dude that's always there that has a bunch of old like monster magazines and movie posters and stuff, and he always gets a bunch of my money. So I'll probably come and give him some money.
And if you're a sports fan, there's somebody there. There's a guy that has like nothing but sports memorabilia. Our good friend Jarrett will be there with a bunch of Pokemon stuff. I have Funko Pops and Star Wars toys and things like that. There's a bunch of stuff waiting for you.
I'm assuming my buddy Randy will be there. I have a buddy, he's an old former pro wrestler. He wrestled for like 40 years.
Pimp.
And Randy the Pimp Taylor was his last wrestling name.
He's usually there.
He usually has a bunch of comics, collectibles, sports stuff. He usually has a bunch of cool shit. So track him down too. And come to that show. Crypto Zoo is definitely going to be there. Yep. My hologram might be there if you guys join Patreon enough and we get enough money to fucking buy a hologram. Yeah. Anyways, what else we got after that one? Then it's Crypticon.
That's right.
First weekend of May.
Yep.
That's the big one. We'll be there. We'll be set up. Don't know where yet, but we're going to be there. Come see us. We're just going to be there promoting and hanging out and trying to interview and get some content and stuff for the show. We're not worried about selling shit. But, I mean, if you want to come and buy us dinner or something, we'd love that.
Yeah.
Then after Crypticon, May. What's next after that? Grit City?
I believe so.
At this point, nope. October.
Oh, that's right. We're going out to Kent, aren't we?
No. That's going to be Spokane. Halloween
that's
Expo.
Right. Yeah.
I was invited once again to that. Last year we were the official podcast of the Halloween Expo. I don't know if we got that title again, but we got invited back. Yep. So That means they really like us out there. We have friends actually from the Spokane area that are coming all the way out here for Squatchcon. That's
Friends, like more than one.
Well, it's a family, but
I'm just kidding.
But
we have more than one friend.
Yeah, maybe. I have to think about that. I'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Spokane's cool, man. Spokane is down with it.
Yeah,
Need to get out
I've
there more.
played some shows out there in the past, and I had a blast every time.
Then after that, then it's Grit City, and I'm sure some stuff will pop up in between. I have some stuff in my mind that I'm thinking about trying to make happen. Somewhere you did mention Kent, and I'm thinking about Kent. But with that being said, go follow us on the social medias. Go leave a rating and review for the show wherever you listen. Share the episode. Go join the Facebook group. Post your stuff in there. Interact with other people in there. Make some friends. Find some new shit to promote and hype and to what's the word I'm trying to say? Fill in the blanks. Support.
Yes, to
support.
To
find some stuff to support and enjoy.
Sorry, you were on a roll. I was letting you go.
And and leave messages in there for us if there's something like you want to, if you have something you want to try to come promote on the show, if it's fitting and we dig it, and we'll see what we can do.
Or maybe you have a guest idea or a topic or like, hey, there's a movie you guys should watch. Because like I'm always asking people, like I'm on the road delivering all the time. I see people every week, and some of them I start small talk. I'm like, hey, what have you been watching? Like I need things to talk about on the show.
Let's talk in there.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, patrons, if you're a patron of the show, our patreon.com/Steve Crypto. If you're a member, reach out. I want to plan a patron, like a Zoom session where we all just get together and just shoot the shit and talk about what we're into, bounce ideas off each other, maybe plan some cool stuff, maybe have some of you guys, like we've had Daniel Haynes on the show, who he started as a follower and now he's been like contributing to the show and being a correspondent, and you could be next.
That's right.
One of you listeners could be next. Because we want to grow this thing not only for us, but for you guys. And we want you guys to be part of it and all that stuff. And so come be part of it. And you can join, Patreon, as little as $1 a month.
As little as $1 a month. That's right.
That gets you access to everything. There's a free option that don't get you access to everything, but you're still showing love and support. And, if we do like a Zoom meetup or something, those people will be invited too, of course, because you're supporters. But yeah, I want to do things like that. I want to do let's have like a Zoom session with a bunch of us in there, and maybe I could get, one of my filmmaker buddies to let us screen a movie in there or something cool like that. Like,
or this might be a stretch here, but like maybe there's a few of you that are coming to Seattle Crypticon, and maybe we can all just meet up for lunch that day, like take a little break and go have lunch in the there's a spot right there in the DoubleTree Hotel where Crypticon is held. We could all just get together and go grab a table.
There's Taco Bell across the street. We could go get Taco Bell.
That's
and
right.
We could come back and we could
all
hang
have
out
diarrhea
by the
together.
Table. We could all hang out at the candle table.
Yeah. Diarrhea and candles.
I think that's a good point.
We're really setting the mood.
Yeah. See you at Squatchcon.
I didn't think we were going to end the episode with a
shit. I'm going to tell people if they come up and say, "Oh, Crypto's not here," I'm going to be like, "He had diarrhea. Didn't you listen to the last episode?"
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be. That's it. If we do events and one of us is not there,
I couldn't wait to have Taco Bell. I couldn't wait to have Taco Bell with all you guys. Taco Bell's 10 minutes away from me now.
He couldn't make it. He got the squirts. Sorry.
Yeah.
But anyways, We thank you guys for listening.
Some of the previous guests have had that same problem. Anyway.
Really? One of our guests had the shits?
No, not our previous guests. Some of the Crypticon's previous guests have had the shits.
Well, we don't know for sure it was the poops. I think he was just ailing.
I'm just making shit up.
Could have been COVID or something. That's what I'm hoping. I don't come back with any illnesses. My last convention, as amazing as it was, I came home and had a bad experience.
6 feet, please.
But no, fuck that. I'm a fucking hugger. If we're old friends, you bring it in. You bring it in. Just don't fucking steal my wallet.
Bring a back scratcher. I'll have mine. Shake hands that way. A little back scratcher thing.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. All that being said, what I was trying to say was thank you guys. We appreciate you.
Yes, we sure do.
Appreciate you all.
And we really want to meet you guys and hang out and everything. So, yeah, let us know if you're coming. We thank you, and let us know if you're coming to any of these events. We'd love to meet you.
Thank you. We've been the Steven Crypto Show, and we're going to continue to be the Steven Crypto Show, at least for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we might be the Steven Hologram Show or the Hologram and Crypto Show, or the 2 holograms and an AI podcast.
That sounds like a sitcom.
Let's see where it goes. 2 AIs and 2 holograms and the AI and their AI podcast.
It's going to be a sitcom one day, and don't you dare take my ideas. Anybody out there?
Yeah.
That's coming from us.
It's already taken. There's like an AI fucking machine out there already conjuring it up, churning
Nobody
it up.
Nobody owns anything anymore.
Yeah. Dirty motherfuckers. Don't buy fucking AI art. Support real artists. I'm going to leave us on that note. Support real artists.
Support real art. Go to conventions. Support the people at those conventions.
And join our Patreon. Patreon.com/SteveCrypto. Have a good night, guys.
Peace.